Hey y'all, I hope you guys are officially feeling festive. I am going to show you all how to do a wonderful Christmas breakfast or brunch or just a little holiday get together. It is going to be so easy. I'm going to show you how to do some charcuterie, a fruit tray, eggnog French toast, as well as some goat cheese and sun-dried tomato quiche. Today's video is sponsored by YZS Bamboo House. They have sent me this lovely board that is perfect for displaying your meats, cheeses, crackers, fruits, or anything else you want to display for your holiday table. This 15 by 11 inch board comes with 2 white ramekins and also has some utensils hidden inside. These utensils are super important so that when your guests are picking their meats and cheeses and things, they don't have to use their hands, and it makes it super simple to serve soft cheeses. Once you have taken out your utensils, go ahead and start to pick out what meats, cheeses, and fruits you want to add to your board. I always like to choose a variety of cheeses. So a soft cheese, a mild cheese, and maybe a cheese that's a bit stronger, as well as some dried fruits. Pick an assortment of crackers, but don't get anything with too strong of a flavor because remember, you want the cheese to really shine through. You want a balance of salty and sweet on the board. So for my salty option, I'm going to choose olives, and for my sweet, I'm going to choose fruit as well as this sour cherry jam. And baby, this don't got to be expensive, okay? The whole point is to make the board look full, all right? So go take yourself to a discount store and just get what you need to get. So I made this cute little salami flower. All I did was fold the salami over the edge of a glass until it became full. Then I am going to place those large crackers as if they are falling off the board. It's just going to make everything look super abundant. I have a Boursin cheese, and these 3 items, the flour, the Boursin, and the crackers, are going to help anchor the board. I'm going to suit everything around them as a focal point. I am simply going to choose to place things based on the colors. So I like to put contrasting things near each other. So this white Boursin cheese, if I put the cucumber next to it, is going to make it pop. I'm also going to place crackers that would taste good next to them, or also think about items in pairing. So for instance, this Gouda cheese goes really well with the salami, and it also goes great with both of those cracker options. So I'm going to put those things near each other. A really affordable way to fill your board is to slice some baguette and then just toast it in the oven until it becomes brown with a little bit of olive oil. And then you can use that as like little toast for your cheese. Another element of making a charcuterie board is to play with different textures. So as you can see, I put down the cheese sticks wrapped in the prosciutto, then I added the round olives, and then beside it, I'm going to add the crunchy peanuts. So you have a lot of textures going on here, as well as colors. So this is some wild garlic stuffed peppers. Then I also added those raspberries. They're going to give like a red punch. The sour cherry jam is perfect with the little toast, and of course you have to have something dried. So I'm adding some dried apricots as well as some dried figs because they're both very seasonal. Now I'm going to place the utensils where I think they'll be suited best. So I'm adding one near the Boursin, as well as on the side, a little picker near my cheese, and another cheese cutter for anyone that might use it. This beautiful board, I'm going to link it in the description box. Pick one up for your next holiday party and tell me how much you love it in the comments. The next thing I'm going to show you how to make is this absolutely delicious goat cheese and sun-dried tomato and spinach quiche. So I just picked up a pre-made deep dish pie crust, and I'm just going around it with a fork to poke holes because I'm going to par bake this. So I'm going to stick this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 8 minutes until the bottom is just very lightly golden, and then I'm going to take it out and allow it to cool. While this is par baking, I am going to add some butter to a pan and half of an onion with a bit of salt. You want to cook this on a medium-low heat until it begins to brown. Throw in a couple handfuls of spinach. Y'all go ahead and be generous with it because you know spinach is going to cook down to nothing. All right, it's going to look like a lot and then it ain't going to be nothing, okay, by the time that heat hits it. Once your spinach wilts down, you are going to throw in a little bit of salt and pepper because you want to just season everything in layers. You want everything to have some flavor. Now at this point, my crust is done. I'm going to take this out and let this cool while I am working on sort of the inner custard mixture that I'm going to use for the quiche. So I'm going to put in 4 eggs. Y'all don't use no egg whites, baby. You got to use the whole eggs with that yolk, okay? Because we need that richness combined with half a cup of whole milk and half of a cup of sour cream to just give us that nice, delicious flavor. I'm then going to throw in a pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper, and I am going to beat this until it is beautiful and golden. Then I'm going to put my spinach and onion mixture right into my pie crust and spread this out fairly evenly. You want every slice to have a little bit of everything. Then I'm going to put in my sun-dried tomatoes. These are from a jar. They have a little bit of like herby olive oil in them. And you know what? You can add that too, honey. Okay, we ain't doing low fat nothing. Okay, this is a holiday meal. All right. Goat cheese is a wonderful creamy cheese with a little bit of twang. I love this in a quiche, and if you're not sure you're going to like the flavor, don't just take it straight out the package. When it is combined with the spinach and the sun-dried tomato, it really just melds really well with everything. It just has a nice creaminess. So I would say give this a shot. This is a wonderful dish to have at your breakfast or brunch if you have people that are vegetarians or just not heavy meat eaters. However, you can add a few pieces of bacon if you would like. Bake this at 400 for 45 to 50 minutes until the center is set and you have a beautiful quiche. When people start busting out the eggnog, you know it is the holidays, y'all. And one of my favorite things to use eggnog to do is to make French toast. It's my absolute fave. So I'm going to add about 1.25 cups or so of eggnog, as well as a little bit of vanilla and a bit of cinnamon. You could also use nutmeg or pumpkin pie spice and an egg. And as you can see, y'all, the cinnamon got a little crazy, okay? But we clean that up real quick. I'm also going to throw in a pinch of salt just to balance out the sweetness. Do not add any sugar to this, dear. Okay, eggnog combined with the brioche bread has enough sugar on its own. So this brioche bread I allowed to sit out for a day and it got quite stale. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I am just going to dip them and allow them to absorb, a good amount of the mixture and then set them aside on a tray. How much of the custard, like the eggnog and milk and cinnamon mixture you're going to need is going to depend on how dry your bread is. If your bread is drier, then you're going to need more of the mixture. If you decide to use fresher bread, then you're going to need less, just kind of dip it in there real quick and take it out. Once I have all of them done, I'm going to take the excess custard and just pour it over the top because this is pretty much the perfect amount. In my pan, I'm going to add some butter, baby. Y'all know I love me some nice golden butter. And I'm going to place in about 3 pieces of toast at one time. I'm going to fry it on each side on a medium heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. Y'all don't get crazy with it, okay? We don't want this to be, charcoal. Okay, just a little brownness will do it. Then I am going to place these to the side, and to keep them warm, you can place them in the oven at 200 degrees. That being said, these French toasts reheat really well because I even ate some the next day and y'all, it was chef kiss. Let me know if you have ever tried eggnog French toast. Of course, I've done it with the milk or half and half, but by far, the eggnog is the best and it doesn't add an overwhelming flavor. Up next is a very simple Christmas punch. Now, there are 1,001 ways to make a Christmas punch, but today I'm going to do a simple one with some cranberry pomegranate juice, sparkling cider, 7-Up, and a little bit of orange concentrate. Now, I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. I don't really measure. Okay, and I know a lot of you guys don't either when you're making these punches. So let me just kind of give you the deets. What you want is you want a greater amount of the cranberry pomegranate juice. You want to put in a little bit of orange just to give your punch like that little bit of like tartness that can come from an orange juice. And you want to add your sparkling cider and your 7 Up or Sprite or whatever lemon lime soda you're using right before you are serving, because you want your punch to be bubbly. Even though I don't measure, I basically just think of everything in ratio. So I use about 2/3 cranberry pomegranate juice to about 1/3 of whatever bubbly drinks that I'm using. I'll add in a touch of the orange and then a little bit of lime juice. And then I'll also throw in some fresh limes, fresh cranberries, and pomegranate seeds for garnish. However, the limes, apples, oranges, they do add flavor to the punch. I am going to do a really simple yet super cute fruit tray. So for this fruit tray, I'm going to be using like kiwi, pineapple, watermelon, berries, all sorts of stuff. And I typically will not like scrub the outside of my watermelon because, you know, you don't eat the rind. However, when I'm going to add it to a fruit tray, I really definitely like to do this because those rinds are going to be touching all of the other soft skinned fruits like the strawberries and whatnot. So I am going to prep my pineapple first by cutting off the top, and I am going to reserve it. I'm going to use it as part of the decor. Then I am going to cut off the bottom, and I am going to prep the pineapple just by cutting it into triangles. Now you do want to go down the middle of the pineapple and remove that little bit of hard core, because don't nobody want to be chomping on that, y'all. It tastes woody. We're not trying to do that, okay? So then I'm going to just put this into slices, and then I'll set my pineapple to the side. Next up is my watermelon. Now, watermelon is not in season right now, so pretty much the only thing I can find is this mini watermelon. But surprisingly, it was actually sweet. Make sure you pick a watermelon that has a yellow spot. That will let you know that your watermelon was ripened in the field. I'm also going to slice up some of these kiwi slices, just slice them into about 1/4 of an inch thickness, and then I am going to cut up some apple slices. Throw a little bit of lime or lemon juice on any fruit that you add that may turn brown, like apple or banana, to make sure they stay looking fresh the whole party. Now we're going to set up the rest of the brunch, which is really easy. Go ahead and lay out your French toast and then sprinkle some raspberries and blueberries on top with a little bit of powdered sugar. It is just going to look fancy, okay? It's going to look like you did a whole lot, but you ain't really do all that much, okay? Then I am going to place my quiche over on the side stand, and I'm going to quickly put together a beautiful little fruit tray. I like to let that pineapple topper hang off to the side while I arrange the pineapple slices, the watermelon, as well as just the strawberries and berries, just in a way that will look delightful, okay? My trick to doing this is to just try to put fruits that are contrasting colors beside each other, like the blueberries next to the pineapple. They're just going to really pop and look really nice, and then just fill in any gaps you have with the other fruits that you have around. For me, this brunch only took about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes to put together. And if you even make the fruit tray the night before or your quiche, this really could come together in about 45 minutes. Add in a little bit of holiday decor and you will have a really special get together. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next time. Goodbye and God bless.